Hey everybody, back with a new episode of Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. Last episode, Alice sort of forgot who she was in that tree world where they were turning into trees, which was pretty wild, but definitely felt like a Wonderland thing. Wonderland in itself is kind of trippy. So I really like that, and Will helping her remember and finding out he doesn't have his heart is a big deal, and it ties it into the main Once Upon a Time in a way that the show hasn't really felt as much a part of that world for the most part. So him, choosing not to have his heart, it's like a big deal within this universe. So that was interesting and makes sense of how just over Anastasia he seems to have been. So if he doesn't have his heart, that tracks. They obviously have a lot of history. So we also saw Alice and her time with her father when she just got back and his new family, and how much that just did not work out. They wanted her to change who she is, and I was not very impressed by what he had going on. And so I'm glad she left. And she's better off with her found family and Will and Cyrus, who Cyrus himself is doing a lot. He jumped into the water because of he was on that floating rock or whatever, and so he's on his way. They're still very far apart, even though Anastasia was on him. He took the leap of faith in the same way Alice did in the previous episode. So they're still, trying to make their way to each other. So I'm curious if we're going to get more with Alice's father now, because I'm assuming that's where Jafar and the rabbit are going, because they want to get her to use her wish, and I hope she doesn't have to use one on him. So we'll see if they get into that, because this episode's called Bad Blood. It used to be Mad Love, but now they got Bad Blood. So maybe we'll get more into, maybe we'll get a head-to-head with Jafar and Alice again. I'm not sure, but yeah, let's get into it.
Where will I go? Worry not. No recession.
Aww.
You will be cared for. By who? Your father. I don't understand. This belonged to him. Return it.
You must be worried sick about Alice.
Still got it.
I know how protective fathers are when it comes to their children.
Yes. Yeah.
Of course. What's happening?
Oh, you're bringing it there?
Some people call it Wonderland.
Now he's going to apologize to your daughter.
Alice and I, we've always had a difficult relationship.
Whose fault is
After the way I
that?
treated her. I never believed in her. It didn't survive the fall.
Have you considered the possibility that you're a lazy imbecile?
Is that a rhetorical question?
With Jafar out of Wonderland, I have the opportunity to gain the upper hand.
Oh,
I already have the bottle.
You are losing, Jafar.
I'm not the one in the cage.
Are you certain of that?
ooh, mind gauge. How do you even know you hit a vein? You wouldn't really be. That's not how you do it.
You're insane.
It's a birdbark tree.
What?
Bird bark tree.
Oh, can he float?
I know how we're gonna do it.
I think it's obvious that we don't have time for you to win back Alice's love. So I'm going to have to steal it.
How's that gonna work?
Young thief, your majesty.
Oh, that's your father?
You stole a dagger right off my belt.
You stole from a palace guard. You thought this was a good idea?
I knew it was
Is that not the guy in the
Yet
cage?
you did it anyway.
Well, I mean, it
You
could
understand that as
be.
punishment by law, you
lot
are to lose
older,
the hand
though.
with which you stole.
If you deem it best.
Where did you get that boy?
My mother.
What is her name?
Look at my face and tell me.
Ooh.
I thought if you knew who I was, that
I would take you in.
my mother
I
said
have a son, my heir, Mirza, who
I
is...
don't need to be a prince, sir.
Wow, you and
Just a
Alice
son.
have similar
You
daddy
will be
issues.
neither. You can stay here. As a serving boy to my family.
Yeah, that
Thank you,
will
Father.
go splendidly.
Have you ever been in a hot air balloon?
If I say no, do I get to stay here on the ground?
We're going to build a basket big enough to hold us. At least help me build it.
You're gonna pretend to be him?
Come on then, let's start gathering some wood.
You drank his blood? This is
Oh
shitty.
my God.
I decided to do what you asked. And believed. I did some research.
so
It led me
manipulative.
to an antiquities dealer. I'd been wandering around for days until you stumbled upon me.
Either way, now
Convenient.
what?
I believe you now.
Of course you do. Now that you can see it for yourself.
Yeah, you had no
I
faith
needed
in
you to
her.
believe me. Because you believed in me. You just left me there. I said I didn't want to see you. But I wanted you to try.
Aw.
This is me trying.
But it's too late.
Jafar, don't you relate to her a little bit?
Your mills divert water from their crops. Agrabah can't interfere in any action taken by them to protect their harvest.
Even our servants are educated. Although not discreet.
Oh,
That will
yeah.
be enough, boy. You are
Probably gonna get punished.
My apologies, Father.
No!
What's your name?
Jafar.
The correct answer is I am too lowly for my name to abuse the ears of the prince.
Damn. Are you
Now
kidding?
what's your name?
What a rotten little prince.
No apologies needed, son.
God, you have some
Give him another one.
suck-ass dads on this show.
The people must fear you.
What a terrible lesson.
I was a terrible father, wasn't I?
Yes.
That's my place to say. As far as I can tell, you've been nothing but a right bastard.
Get him.
But I want Alice to be happy. And I think having you step up and be a decent father would make her happy. Now, if you want to take the first step with your daughter, help her find her genie.
Oh, Iris, where are you?
What were you and my father talking about?
What do you think? You?
What about me?
If you'd ever forgive him, blah, blah, blah.
Do you think I should?
Definitely not. But I think you will.
Why is that?
Because it's the right thing to do, Alice. And you, unlike
Not always.
me, will usually do the right thing.
In the sky. Coming towards
Oh my
us.
god, you created a dragon? That's wicker or wood. That's gonna burn. Did he want it to do that? Oh, he's trying to get you to use a wish. Don't do it! Alright. You have to use a wish. Got him and won.
It's okay, Father. It's all right.
Didn't work, did it?
I'm so sorry.
Damn! Sultan? You ain't shit. Damn! I hope Jafar killed you. That's dark-sided.
I hope your gods have better hearing than mine.
My God hears every prayer.
Is it that? It can't be.
In a place like this, it's my fault she's here at all.
You cannot
Yes,
shoulder all
it
the
is.
blame.
I sent her away. When I should have believed in her. I kept her safe. That is my great sin.
Well, I'm glad you had a change of
I have
heart.
sinned very little, my friend. And I expect to see Cyrus returned in chains at any moment.
Cyrus? Alice is Cyrus?
You know of Alice?
She's my daughter. Please, tell me what you
Small
know.
world.
What does that man want with her? Once you and Cyrus are reunited, what then? Do you have a way to get out of Wonderland?
I do, actually. But one step at a time.
Yeah, don't say anything
Oh,
else.
Will. Looks like the tide's come in. He's a problem.
Because he'll get in the way.
Because he's not who he seems.
You can tell?
Every meal I've ever had with my father could not begin without saying grace.
Oh,
He said before eating a
nice.
piece of fruit he picked from the garden, but not tonight.
I didn't think of that, Jafar. Now, did ya? How'd that work? Oh no.
Is this where you threaten him until I make a wish? You need a new trick, Jafar.
I'll get a new trick when this one stops working.
Don't do it.
Save your breath, whoever you are.
I blamed you for all my unhappiness. And then, when you were finally able to find joy, I doubted you.
Yeah.
The times I ran away, I was just trying to find proof so you would understand where I had been.
You shouldn't have had to prove it to me. Cyrus has escaped. Cyrus, don't save me, save him.
Oh shit. Oh damn, that's 2 wishes. I mean, her dad finally did the right thing, but
Alice, I'm
that
sorry.
wish.
Today I know that my father understands. And I know that Cyrus is out here, somewhere. And we're going to find each other.
Seeing the sunny side of it.
Wish or no wish, I count that as a victory.
I thought
Oh, he's not gonna remember?
I was with Alice. In that place she spoke of. That Wonderland.
Sounds like you must have dozed off
No.
and had a very odd dream.
Look at my face and tell me.
And the ring. Yeah. You got it.
My son! Hey!
Are you surprised?
Son! He wouldn't even fight for you.
You are a bastard boy.
Still?
My only regret, Jafar, is that I didn't hold you under the water longer.
Damn, Sultan, I was liking you this whole time, but that's
Are you
over.
going to try to kill me again?
Yeah, I was like, I'm sure he can do some magic. Get up, Cyrus. Yep. The Sultan is way more terrible than I thought. I thought he was just gonna like disown him, which he did do, but he also killed him, but not really. I don't know how he came back, but wasn't even remorseful, it didn't seem. I mean, he seemed that way when he was talking to Cyrus and everything, but certainly not to Jafar. And you know what? Like, Jafar sucks, but you created him. He wasn't always like this. You and then the lady who was a bad influence, like, that's a recipe for disaster, which is what we have now. I'm fine with them redeeming Alice's father, because that's what she wants, and he did seem remorseful here, even though he may not remember that anymore. But if we got there once, we can probably get there again. But I have no interest in the Sultan being redeemed. What the fuck? God, he's terrible. And his son was shit too. Both sons now. So, yikes. I feel a little betrayed having liked him up until this point. But, like, even now, he couldn't admit to his part in what Jafar has become to him, which would have been something. I'm glad that Alice figured out that that wasn't her real father. Jafar thought he had one over on her, but you had to know, like, she was going to know his mannerisms in a way that you were not. So I'm glad that went that way. And I really love Alice and Will's relationship, and that is really a testament to Will overcoming the fact that he doesn't even have a heart, and that, you know, really informs his relationship with Anastasia, but with with Alice, like, he really cares about her. You can tell. Without a heart, that's really impressive. So I really like them too. I'm glad, even though like Cyrus and Alice are the like main love that we're trying to get back together, Will and Alice's relationship is very enjoyable to watch. Their friendship, what they mean to each other, I really, really enjoy. And they had a plan. They were going to float up there, but Cyrus is now woken up on land, and hopefully they can get to him before Jafar does. But I'm glad the father was able to tell her that, and she saw the wins even with having to give up the wish, which I really wish we hadn't done. And like, it's still, this is kind of like the halfway point of the show, and we're already down 2 wishes, so that is not great. But I'll follow with Alice's optimism, and hopefully we have the information we need to get to Cyrus. And I don't know how they're going to defeat Jafar, but they certainly didn't let him completely run over them this episode. He thought he had them, and the father gave Alice valuable information. So we got something out of it. And I don't know if the father is going to start being in denial now that he's back home and his wife insists that it was a dream. We'll see how that goes, if it'll still like nag at him enough so that he goes looking for her again. But yeah, I like this episode. I really like the parallels between Alice and Jafar and their father issues. I think Jafar had a far worse father, and it probably explains a lot in terms of just how bad he is now. And I do feel sorry for him, but he doesn't have to keep this cycle going and let it consume him in the way it does. But I'm also glad his dad didn't get to take an easy way out. And I knew Jafar was going to do something, and the magic carpet prevented that from happening. So yeah, this is a good episode. I don't know what they're going to do now. Things are a lot more dire now that you're only down to 1 wish, but we are closer than ever to finding Cyrus. So, okay. I'm very shocked about the Sultan. It's way worse than I thought, and I don't like him at all now, even though he was sweet to Cyrus. I didn't see that here in a way that I was wanting to. I wanted him to regret how he treated Jafar and not excuse who he is now, but understand his part in it. And I didn't see that, so fuck him. But Anastasia's still trying to one up Jafar, and Jafar overheard her, so there's always them two that are also an issue, and her on her own. But I have faith in Alice and Will. They're going to figure this out. They're going to find Cyrus. So we'll see. So yeah, good episode. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.